Okay, so now we're going to remind ourselves how we create simple reports. Okay, so again, create report wizard. Okay, so again, you can create a report based on a table or a query. Okay, so we're going to base it on the table of clients, for instance. Again, I can take all the fields if I want to, or individual fields. Remember, depending on how many fields you have within the database, taking all the fields might find it rather restrictive to actually print on one sheet of paper. So for now, I'm just going to take, I want title, forename, surname, address, town, and pet, for instance. Okay, so I'm just double clicking on these, or you can single click and use the single arrow to get them across from available to selected. I click on next again. Okay, I'm just going to ignore grouping for now, and I'm just going to say next again. I can sort my records by up to 4 fields. So I'm going to sort, for instance, by town in ascending order. Click on next. I always just have my layout as tabular, but I also like to make sure that I choose orientation of landscape. Next again. Again, give it your report a meaningful name. And then just click on finish. And it will take you into report view. Okay, it takes you into what it's going to look like if you were to actually print it. Okay, by not adding any grouping, I just get a straightforward, very dull looking report of just a list of the information from the database table. Okay, I could print it from here, or I can close print preview and maybe go in and tidy it up. Okay, so again, I've got too much space perhaps between my fields. So when I close print preview, it takes me straight into design view. Okay, so I want to make the title box a lot smaller. I just click on it, okay, to select it, and I get my double arrow and I just click and drag. Okay, then I'm going to have to move all the rest of the fields. Okay, so I've just clicked and dragged to select these, and then I just click on it, get the arrowhead with the north, south and east, west arrows, and I just simply drag all of these fields across at the same time. Okay, in the report footer equals now, bracket bracket, we'll put in today's date, and this section here is just telling us it's going to say page 1 of 1 or page 1 of 6, depending on how big the report is. What I would want to do is click on the AA button, okay, and just draw a little box there to type in, for instance, my name, or it could be the company name. Okay, click on the left icon to view, to go back to report view, and you can see I've started to tidy that up a little bit, okay, and I've added my name, okay, not very well, so I need to go back into design view, and I just again need to make that box a little bit bigger, back into report view, and I can see quite clearly. Okay, and then you could print that as usual, okay, just by clicking on the file and print option. Okay, let's have a look at how that report would look if we had actually grouped it by town, for instance. So I'm going to close, I'm going to say yes, and it's going to just make a report there called current client list. So let's go through that process again. We're going to say create, and we're going to say report wizard. Okay, table clients, and I want title, forename, surname, address, town, and pet. Just as before, I'm double clicking on the fields I want to go to selected from available. Click on next. This time we're going to add grouping. I'm going to group by town. Okay, I'm going to say next, and everything is as it was before. I'm going to say sort by pet, for instance. Next. Okay, I'm going to leave the layout as the default, but again change my orientation to landscape. Click on next. Okay, I'm going to call it current clients this time, so that we don't overwrite the existing report that we have. Okay, and you can see the difference this time. Okay, so we have grouped it by town first of all. Okay, so we have all the clients from Dingwall before Elgin, before Forres. We've got 4 from Inverness, and then Inverurie, Muirvord and Nairn. And then within that, I also said sort by pet. So within the Inverness section, where there is more than one record, we actually have cats before dogs before horses. Okay, again, we would need to go in and tidy it all up to get rid of spaces, etc. And you can actually reorder or do whatever you like in Close Print Preview, again, we can go to the Home tab. Okay, and we have the options where we can change field names. Okay, town, let's put town into red or something like that, red and bold, okay, so that it stands out. But again, you can select all of these fields, okay, and you can change the font, the size, the colour, etc. And you can also put in the background colour as well. Okay, let's go back to report view. Okay, so there you can see what we've done there. Okay, we can go back in again and add our name as a footer. Okay, so back into design view. Remember, we click on the AA button from the controls within design. Okay, draw a little box, and you would just type in your name. I'm just going to pop my initials in this time. So again, view, okay, takes us back to the actual report view. And that's how you do a simple grouped report.